So today, I'm going to be working in Adobe Premiere Pro. This is a video editing software in Adobe Creative Cloud that I use for my business. And I use it to quickly edit my videos and make it look relatively decent. So when you first start off, you're going to want to go to New Project and then name it Career Center Tutorial. This is just where you can go back and see what you've done, and you can go back to your progress. So the first thing, while you're in your sequence area, you're going to go to here, and I'm just going to go through and get the files that I want and drag them into my sequence bar, which is down here. It takes a second for it to load. Grab it, drag it right there. Okay, got this. The files are really large, so it takes a second for it to buffer. And the final video. Okay, now that we've assembled all of the videos that we're going to do, I'm going to go in and kind of edit a start and stop point for each video. So I just hit the space bar and hit I on your keyboard. And it's really glitchy because it's a 4K video, so I'm going to drag along. I kind of know what the video is, so I'm going to go to the end and let it load and choose an out point for each. So we'll end right here. Okay, now that one's edited. I'm going to drag it to the very start because that's where I want it to start. And now I'm going to find the next video that I want. I did this video because this gives a close-up of this pad right here. So I'm going to hit I where I want it to start. It's going to go, I'm going to hit the ending point. Let it buffer for a second. Oh, so you can see this is a little too far. I'm going to pull it back a little bit. And I'm going to kind of get it to where it's just barely going over the building. Not too much of ceiling. Okay, that's good. So I'm going to hit O. That one's edited. I'm going to drag it there. Next one I want to do is this. This is a circle around the building. I'm going to hit play. I as we start. Go to the end. Hit the space bar. Nope. As you can see that this is too far. I didn't want to go. In some of your videos, you're going to notice that at the end that it's kind of wobbly, so you kind of edit it to where the final product doesn't have that. So I'm going to O right there. I'll end that. And then this is the woods that they're grading in the back, I'm pretty sure. Yep. And so I'm going to put this at the very end. This is not specifically a big piece of the property every time, but it just kind of give them a good outlook of what they do because they kind of work back there. So I'll go back. I'm holding the arrow key because it kind of goes at a frame by frame. I'm gonna hit O there. I'm gonna drag it back. Okay, so now that you have all your footage, you don't want your customer sitting there, or you don't want anyone really watching a drone go around a piece of property for 3 minutes and 30 seconds, as it says here. So I'm going to go in, and on the big videos, I'm going to go through, double click or right click, and I'm just going to speed it up a little bit. So 150%, you can see that really makes a difference. And now my video is 2 minutes and 45 seconds. That's a lot more appealing for others as their patience isn't very long. Okay, next thing that we're going to do is we are going to add a text on the video. So you grab your text box and you go to Effects Controls, and then I'm going to lower the text down a little bit. And the project that I was doing is a place called Electrolux. Put the week and the date, so these guys can go back and kind of see what they're hit enter. I'm going to move it, adjust it a little bit, and I'm going to go here and right click and put a default transition so that when they're watching the video, it slowly fades out. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add an adjustment layer. This is just a plain layer that you can add to your videos, and it allows you to color grade your video to where it looks really good in the lighting. So I'm going to go to color, and it's going to pop up here. And so now that I have adjustment layer selected, I can go in and change like the temperature. So I kind of want to keep that at 0 at best. Tint, I don't really like the way that looks. Now the exposure is the lighting that comes in. That's too dark, that's too bright, but you want to kind of get it just right. This makes it bold, so these guys love to see detail, so add that. Highlights, kind of keep that lower. Shadows, don't really care about most of these. What I do care about is the color that pops. Kind of makes your video look really, really good. And so I like to add a little color pop. And that's pretty much it. I can mess with these. There's just really no need to do it for the progress videos of what I do. So now that I'm done with that, I can go back to editing, and the whole sequence is color graded correctly and how I wanted it. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my company watermark. And a watermark is kind of it's like a signature. So you're adding a signature to your photo, and so I'm going to get my logo, drag it onto the sequence here, drag it out all the way, and I'm going to double click on my logo, move it to the bottom. And that's a little too big. That's about right. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to click on that. And this is where it is right here on the FX control. And I'm going to go to opacity and turn it down to like 60%, so it's not a huge, it's a little too much. 80%. That's perfect. And so you can see the logo, but at the same time, it's not sticking out like crazy. Okay. One of the final things that I'm going to do is I'm going to add music, and I'm going to transition the videos together to where they look smooth. So the first thing, I'm going to transition out to where this looks smooth. I'm going to do a little transition right there, and in between all of these. And so I'm going to zoom in to my sequence, and I'm going to change the length of the transition every time. Don't want it to be too long, because then it doesn't look very good. Just a little transition is all you need. And that's probably the beginning. Yep. Okay. Now I'm going to go get audio in iTunes and bring it in, and we're going to add audio to this. Okay, now I'm in iTunes, and this is a song that I've used on another project before, but it kind of like adds a little humor and makes the video a little more amusing to watch. So this is a Luke Bryan song, so I'm just gonna drag it from iTunes into Premiere, and this keeps it in the project file. So I'm gonna minimize that, go back in here, and I'm gonna drag this file right to the beginning. Now, what I gotta do here is I gotta figure out where I'm gonna start this. So the beginning of this song that I downloaded off of YouTube, which isn't the best way to download it, but it's the way I did, is kind of get a good starting point and a good ending point. So it's just like Bugs Flying. This is their music video that I got. So I'm going to start it right there, right when the beat starts. And then I'm going to drag it all the way there to the end, and I'm just going to drag the end right here. Add a transition, double click it, go to effects control. This is the sound, the volume of it. So I'm going to do negative 15 decibels. That kind of lightens it up so it's not too loud. And so now all my videos have transitions. This has a title. It has my watermark. I've color graded it and it's perfect. So now I'm going to make sure it all works good. And then I'm going to first save it so I don't lose it. And then I'm going to export it. I'm going to export media. Okay, and now I shot this in 2.7K and at 30 frames a second on my drone, but I'm going to just export it as a 1080p file. And I'm going to name it Electrolux Week 16 5/14. That's today. And just save it to my desktop as an MP4. And so I've got that, and all you do, you hit export, and that's it. So this takes a little while. It takes about, I don't know, I'd say 10, 15 minutes to export, and then you're done. So you've got a product that you finished in a video editing, and it's not just plain video. It's a good platform that these guys can watch on, and it makes watching the videos a lot more fun. So that is my tutorial, and I hope you can find this helpful for you as you can possibly create videos and do something like this. So thank you for watching.